Hi everybody, welcome back to the garden. Today I'm up in the Polytunnel and my task is going to be completely clearing down the Polytunnel ready for the spring. Over the last 12 weeks, my work schedule has been extremely busy and that is actually going to continue into early January now. So although I had previously planned that I was going to be growing in here over winter, I don't have the time, and as you can see, I've not even been up here probably for about a month or so. Everything, you know, my tomatoes are rotting where they're standing. There's the remainder of cucumber plants that need to be pulled down. And when I tried to grow in here last year over winter, certain crops weren't very successful. So rather than me trying to put too much energy in it, you know, this winter, I think I'm just going to clear it down, get it ready so that when the spring comes, things will be a little bit quieter with work and I can just hit the ground running. My plan of action today is just to start at one end of the Polytunnel and work my way down all three of the beds. I've got a fork and some secateurs, which are pretty much the only tools that I use in the garden really. I'm going to get together all the organic matter, chuck it on the compost heap, and then I can kind of rest and be happy that I've spent a rainy day out in the garden, and that's another job done that I don't have to worry about until the spring. Wouldn't it be great if you could fast forward your weeding and get it done that quickly? This summer, I really struggled with keeping my hanging baskets watered enough. As you can see, the compost here is dry as a bone, and as a result of that, I didn't really get much of a harvest from my tomatoes that were growing in here. And I've decided that next year, what I'm going to do is just have them hanging in my greenhouse. It's a little bit closer to the house. Probably more likely they'd get better watered and they'd be a bit lower, so I can keep a bit of an eye on them, because having them hanging all the way up here you know, isn't as easy as, you know, having them more at kind of eye level and things. So all I'm going to do now is just empty them out onto a raised bed I've got outside, so I can just kind of incorporate that compost into that raised bed, and then I'll start fresh next year with new compost. One of the ways I tried to combat the irrigation issue was when I actually set them up, I buried a pot in each of the hanging baskets to help. But you can see on this one here actually that the tomato plant has really filled that up. So it was something that it did use to try and get as much water as possible, but obviously not quite enough. My tomatoes weren't actually that good this year, but one thing that is so successful is the cucumbers up here. I've never successfully grown cucumbers before, and I just can't believe how well they did up here. So I don't know, next year I might do a little bit less tomatoes and more cucumbers, because in my house everyone loves cucumbers, so definitely not going to have too many of those. I did try growing beans as well in here. So here is a string with a couple of bean plants growing up, but I don't know if they went in a little bit too late, but they weren't really very successful. So I didn't really harvest much on there, to be honest. So here is a really good example of things that I grew last winter that never came to anything. So here is an onion. It's a red onion. I actually planted this time last year, and as you can see, it's still absolutely tiny. So that is another reason why I'm not really going to worry too much about planting anything in here at this time of year, because it's just a bit of a waste of resources. There's another 2 there, so it just goes to show that whatever, you know, this area isn't good for growing things over winter. So I spent a couple of hours now and I've completely transformed a very jungly polytunnel into an empty one. But even though I'm not going to be growing anything in here over winter, it's definitely a good thing that I've got it all cleared down now and I can spend some time actually working on the soil in here. By the way, if you're wondering what this is that I've been moving around throughout my clearing down of the polytunnel, this is a peach tree called Inca, and this little sad looking one here is an apricot. I picked them up, I think last year, 5 little trees for £20, and I've just always kept them inside because one's a peach and one's an apricot, so they are a little bit more tender, but I'm just going to leave them at the end here. But as I said, I can spend a little bit of time now working on the soil in here, because one thing I didn't want to do when I put this polytunnel together was buy in loads of compost. So in this corner here, this area is full of worm castings. So as a result of spreading loads of worm castings in this area when I was kind of working on this bit, was that it was full of weeds. So there's loads of dandelions that are growing in this kind of area here. You can probably see on the ground. So that is something that I do want to keep on top of and try and get rid of those. This area here is solid clay pretty much. Originally when I got given my greenhouse, I had planned that I was going to grow the greenhouse up here, so I dug a trench like kind of all around here. You can probably see I'm a little bit lower there than I am here, so I built a trench round and I kind of put a lot of the soil inside. So this bed here is really solid and needs some, you know, it probably needs forking over and some organic matter added. This area here was a couple of bags of Horizon from this year's compost, which meant it was full of tomato plants and other little weeds, but it's not too bad, but it's really boggy here. And as we come down to just below where you're standing, I have a really kind of dry little patch where I grew all of my salad leaves in this year. That was Horizon, but from the year before. So that is really dry and dusty. This area here gets really wet and boggy. And then the area here, I'm not sure what compost that is, but that is homemade, but quite rich. So although I have one polytunnel and one kind of little microclimate, the actual, you know, ground is very different all over. So quite interesting, but it's something that I do want to get on top of for next year, especially this clay area, because there's nothing you can really grow in there. It is rock solid. You can probably see around, there's still quite a lot of green. A lot of that is kind of broken off leaves, but some of it is still weeds that are growing. So what I'm going to be doing over the next kind of couple of weeks, or, you know, over the winter, is just coming up here periodically and using an onion hoe that I've got here and just giving it a quick kind of hoe over, so it will just get rid of any of those new shoots that come up. And then hopefully by spring, you'll still get a load more weeds germinating, but definitely be a lot less. And hopefully, if you keep on top of it, it will be much easier next year. It's stopped raining now, but one thing I do love about a polytunnel and a greenhouse, apart from having a longest growing season, is that you've always got somewhere that you can go if you want to get on with gardening in the rain. I'm just going to leave these in here as storage over the winter, but as I mentioned, I think I'm going to hang the hanging baskets in here. The greenhouse has loads that needs going on and loads that needs sorting out. So that's definitely something I'm going to try and get on with over the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, please do hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of all of my latest videos. As ever, YouTube have some videos up now on the screen that they think you'll like. So please go ahead and watch those, and I'll catch up with you in the next episode. Bye!